Cone comparison with a new Zamia hybrid. Zamia portoricensis, Zamia pygmaea cross, Zamia Faith. By Christopher Mink, Florida, USA, and Dr. Eric Ventura, Massachusetts, USA. Narrated by Dr. Eric Ventura. The propagation of Zamia hybrids is a rewarding endeavor, though the gardener must have patience in addition to sun and water, considering the long-term commitment over a year of pollination, seed harvesting, and the planting of the seeds. Though Zamia seedlings may sprout in a relatively short time after planting, as little as 3 to 4 weeks, they grow slowly, and an additional year must pass before a young plant presents with 4 to 5 leaves and with coralloid roots within the pot. As hybrid seedlings emerge and grow, the gardener anticipates possible shape and size variation in structure based on the traits of the parentage, and is continually surprised with the ongoing changes from a young plant to maturity. In this article, we discuss the apparent cone morphology as related to a newly produced male hybrid and its male parentage. Description of parentage. Zamia portoricensis grows in a dry habitat, typically in a sandy limestone substrate, and is endemic to southwestern Puerto Rico. Similar to Zamia portoricensis, Zamia pygmaea, native to Cuba, grows in dry habitats with an enriched mineral or limestone-based substrate. As such, they both grow well in the sandy soil of southwest Florida and thrive in the subtropical weather conditions characteristic of the first author's garden, Zone 10A. The female plant used in this hybridization was a Zamia portoricensis. The plant, shown growing in the first author's garden, is 16 years old. A multi-headed plant, it typically produces 20 to 25 cones per year. The leaf length is 1.17 meters long, including the stem of 18 centimeters. The leaflets average 20 centimeters long and can be up to 25 centimeters long. The leaflet width averages 0.8 centimeters. The female cones are light brown and cylindrical and have a sterile peak up to 1.5 centimeters long. The peduncles in both sexes are 4 to 6 centimeters long. Overall cone length for this plant in the first author's garden ranges from 8.5 to 9.5 centimeters for fully receptive cones. Additionally, pollinated cones further lengthen as the seeds mature, with an average length of 10.5 centimeters, the largest of them reaching 12.5 centimeters. The male plant used was a Zamia pygmaea, the most diminutive cycad known. The plant below, shown growing in the first author's garden, has a height of 28 centimeters. It is 20 years old, only 30 centimeters in overall width, and has 7 leaves and 4 cones. The leaf length averages 24 centimeters, with the stem being 5.5 centimeters. The average leaf width is 8 centimeters. The leaflets have a serrate oblong elliptic shape, with a length of 5 centimeters and width of 1.3 centimeters. The cones are ovoid to obovate in shape and are a dark reddish or gray-brown. Typically, in the wild, the cone has a length of 5 centimeters. Male cones are seldom more than 6 centimeters long, peduncle included, and about 1 centimeter in diameter. The 4 cones of our garden-grown plant range from 4.5 to 6 centimeters in length, with a stem of 2.5 centimeters. Additionally, the diameter of the male cones, at peak size, averages 1.8 centimeters. Summary of growing conditions. The female, Zamia portoricensis, cone was pollinated on 2/22/2020. 7 seeds became the Zamia portoricensis Zamia pygmaea cross lot, which were collected in January 2021 and sown in February. Ed Moran, palm and cycad grower in Sarasota, planted the seeds. Unfortunately, only one seed germinated. Ed grew the lone plant for the first year. It was then moved to the first author's greenhouse. The growing conditions for the first 2 years of the plant included regular irrigation, regular fertilization, and approximately 50% sun exposure, all within an enclosed, screened greenhouse. At the start of the 3rd year, it was moved into a 1-gallon pot and moved outdoors to continue growing in a dappled sun area. Observations. At the time of this writing, March 2024, the hybrid is male, 3 years old, and has 4 cones, some of which are at full sexual maturity and shedding pollen. The plant has an overall width of 55 centimeters and a height of 42 centimeters. There are 5 leaves with an average length of 44 centimeters, including the stem of 18 centimeters. The leaflets average 9 centimeters in length and 1 centimeter in width. The leaflet shape is linear obovate with serrulate tips. The cones average a length of 5 centimeters, with the stem being 2.5 centimeters and a diameter of 1.5 centimeters. Along with making cones, the plant has begun to grow mature-looking leaves. There are 3 currently, with 2 additional immature leaves. The leaflets are thick, akin to the Zamia portoricensis, mother, with a texture reminiscent of flexible vinyl. This plant appears to be intermediate in most regards, from the leaf length to the leaflet shape and size. The prime departure from intermediate morphology is the male cones. We observed that the dimensions of the male hybrid's cone closely resemble those of the father, Zamia pygmaea. For example, our Zamia pygmaea's cones range 4.5 to 6 centimeters in length and 1.8 centimeters in diameter. The hybrid's cones average 5 centimeters in length and 1.5 centimeters in diameter. We expand our observations by comparing cones from a male Zamia portoricensis from the author's garden to the hybrid. The figure below shows the comparison of the 3 male cones. Overall, both sexes of our Zamia portoricensis are much larger plants relative to the tiny Zamia pygmaea and a slightly larger hybrid. Note that the hybrid's cone is only mildly intermediate and leans heavily toward its father, not influenced by the male form of its mother species. The much larger cone size of Zamia portoricensis did not translate into the dimensions of the hybrid. Dedication. In honor of Faith Bishock, a well-known figure in the Palm and Cycad communities and a generous and knowledgeable lover of all things tropical, on February 14, 2024, we named Zamia portoricensis Zamia pygmaea cross as Zamia Faith.